Hi, I'm Trish Lapidus. The stages of change. What is involved to make changes in our immediate lives and the larger social scene that we have today? Speaking from a place of having made changes in the past, I was once a spiritual hippie and lived in community on the farm in the 1970s. I analyzed what it was that we did, and we didn't do everything perfectly, but we did a number of things that worked to a good enough level that the farm is still there today and thriving. So let's have a look. The first stage of change is that you have to be sufficiently disenchanted with the present scene that you're willing to act. And that happened to a lot of hippies back in the early 1960s. There was just so much push to make a difference and to make that change. People were willing to give up a lot, willing to try a lot of different things to do it. And secondly, in order to make good changes, you have to have a vision of a better way. I think most people naturally have this. We mostly know that we have a right to live where honest people can get ahead in life, where our efforts are not just made nothing by the decisions of a larger power that has no interest in us, no love for us. Thirdly, you have to have a group. You can't do it alone. No man is an island. Just for example, if we today don't solve the problem of better air, better water, there is no place you can go on this planet where you can be sure that your air and your water will be okay. So we have to do that as a group. And these days the group has to be pretty large. I mean, larger than it was when I was a young hippie. Then it seemed you could do it as one community of 1,500 folks, and then that community could be duplicated and so on. I don't know that we have time for that anymore. Certainly local neighborhood efforts are very, very important, but with that there must be ties in a larger way. For example, Gaia is a group that goes across all boundaries. People who are doing permaculture, doing some kind of organic farming or city gardening that is organic, and keeping in touch with that movement across the planet. I think it has to be at that level, local and connected, which makes me very glad that we have the internet. We're doing a lot with our connections through the internet. And then the last thing is you have to have a method. Now our method back in the time of the farm was to be voluntary peasants, which is to say to be willing to work on the land and not to ask for anything but a fairly simple life. It was, in our case, eating vegan vegetarian, because we could see that then we would be able to feed more people, and we cared about reaching the third world and the hungry people with our lifestyle. Living collectively, that is, you could have several families in one household, families sharing a single source of water or heat or other kinds of things. There are some things that don't need to be provided individual family by family. And that way you create a very low carbon footprint. You tread lightly on the earth, as we used to say.